What is up, guys? So I got to clean this muzzleloader here, and because for my quota hunt, this is what I took my 8-pointer with and everything. So I have to get it cleaned up and get it ready for Ohio, because I will be using it in Ohio likely the second to last day if I don't harvest something with my bow before then. So I'll be up there the 2nd through the 5th, and my goal is to take one with my bow. But of course, if I have to, I'm going to bring out the equalizer and try to make it happen. So let's break this puppy down. This is a Buck Stalker by Traditions 50 cal muzzleloader. I've killed multiple deer with it. It's a great gun. I got a Burris 3x6 here on it. It's the RT6, and it's pretty awesome reticle and everything. But anywho, let's break this puppy down. Get that jam rod out of there. That's basically it. Broke down. Can't really break out the trigger mechanism or anything like that. Neither do I really want to. But it's got a little bit of after fire gunpowder burn and stuff in there and stuff. So which won't be hard to clean out. I clean this thing every time I shoot it. So but we're gonna break her down here and get her rocking. So. I had to run in there and grab some gloves real quick. I forgot them. So get these things oiled up here, get some gun scrubber on it, and get it taken care of. So I enjoy cleaning guns. I think it's real fun and everything. It's very important, especially with the muzzleloader, because they can gunk up really easily. And so it's very important that you keep these things as clean as possible. Because I just tell you, the last thing you want out in the field with the muzzleloader is a misfire or the inability to be properly functional. So, but I'm really pumped about this trip going up here to Ohio, and I'm super stoked about it because of the fact of I've never hunted ag country before. So to get my hand in at that, to see how that works, I'm really excited to get the opportunity to learn a new style, a new way of hunting, and to break ground in that. And it's a private property. It's up to a little over 60 going into 70 acres, but it backs into a bunch of ag property that they have permission on around them. That is several hundreds of acres. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say the conjoined ag and little shrubbery, like just dense cover area, it all equates to around, like, I want to say 500-600 acres. It's quite a bit, and allegedly there is no real pressure on it. They don't have no hunting pressure or anything on it, so it sounds like it's going to be awesome. So me and my cousin James, we are both chomping at the bit, excited to get this series on the way in Ohio and to get these hunts in, because we got a major front coming in that this next week, or this week really, and it's going to be pushing on into next week. And I think the low up there is going to be like 16 degrees, and the wind chill probably make it feel like 4 degrees. It's pretty significant. So them deer will definitely be on their feet, and when they're not, they're going to be trying to tuck down in some very dense cover to be able to get away from the elements of the wind and everything. It's saying we have a south wind coming up through the area where we're going to be hunting, and the way that the property lays out, it will be bomb for these for the actual weather conditions at that time. It should line up just perfect. I hope it does, at least. Praying that the Lord really just blesses us with it and keeps his hand over it, because we just want to be able to get up there, have fun, have a good time, and it's just me and him going. And so we're just going to take a deep dive into it and try to learn as much as we can, as quick as we can, with efficiency, because when you don't have a lot of time to get up in there and do a lot of hard scouting like I like to, you kind of hunting blind. But based off what I do know, how deer like to manipulate ag and how they like to use cover and those hard edges and the edge within the edge and everything like that, and how they like to scent check feeding areas and everything, I feel like I might have a good shot here at it and have a better opportunity getting into it. So we will see, but I hope I get it with my bow. That's my number one goal, is to kill one with my bow up there. I'd much rather shoot it with the old string and stick than anything else. That's my real love when it comes to deer hunting. I'd much rather have my bow in my hand than anything else. So, but got some powder gum right here that is really, really tough. As you can hear, I got a little bit of podcast action going on behind me. It's what I do. All I do is watch deer hunting, and deer hunting. My wife swears up and down that I have a PhD in deer knowledge. But that's how you learn how to kill mature ones, is you have to just constantly just gorge on knowledge and learn more. The more you learn, the better off you are. So knowledge is power, friend, especially in the deer woods. But I don't understand why this powder buildup right here is sticking so hard. But it is. But it doesn't have like a lot of surface abrasion. It feels very smooth. So it might just be the way that it's the heat off that powder whenever that primer fires off. The amount of heat that comes out of it just blasts it right directly into this and just really chars it up in there. But get it off as much as I can without really doing any surface damage to the firing pin or anything else. I don't really want to. It's coming off there now. Cool. Let's try a little bit of. This stuff right here is awesome. Gunbreaker is great. Just really eats away any of the nasty grime on the inside of these things. and I like it. Makes my job with all this tedious work a lot easier. It's coming off quite a bit from where it was. I don't think you can see that right there, but there's a little bit of grime that's being built up right in there. And it was really bad there a second ago. But we got a lot of it off, so. That boar cleaner right there helps too break it up. If you don't enjoy caring for your tools that allow you to take your harvest, then you're really missing out. Because I tell you what, to give consideration to your tools that allow you to be able to harvest an animal is just as fun as going out and hunting and everything, because I sit here and all I do is I think about when I'm cleaning this gun, I'm like, I remember when I bought this gun brand new a few years back, and I didn't have any deer under its belt. And now, a few years later, I got some really nice deer over the years with it. And so it brings back a lot of memories and everything. And so it's pretty cool. It's just tedious work is all it is, though. But it's enjoyable work, if you ask me.
Yeah. I think one of the things, and I think I've texted you about this before, is I've been a place in Kentucky that is very similar. Like, if you look at the farm from like a drone side, you're like, oh my gosh, it sets up so well. It's got great farm.
It's pretty clean now from where it was to what it is.
Like it's very, very, very low deer.
But this area we're going to, it's southeast Ohio, and it's seriously, when I say ag country, I mean it's all ag. Bean fields, flipping cornfields, winter wheat, everything. And so there's a very vast variety of forage for them to be able to eat on. Now, based off this time of the year, obviously the corn's going to be cut, the beans are already going to be turned, so you ain't got to really worry about too much. But at the same time, the droppings of what has not been harvested, what some of the equipment wasn't able to completely get in full, what the equipment wasn't able to fully get harvested, whether they dropped a bunch or whatever, because it happens. Anybody knows anything about farming or anything, you don't gather all the harvest. It completely, you have some loss. But hopefully that pans out and plays off, because there's a section close to where we are that is about 800 yards away. There's a winter wheat field, several acres nearby, and it's adjacent to the property we're going on, and the cover on this property that we're hunting has a hard lined edge going directly towards that winter wheat. And I have a feeling, based off this south wind that we have, that they are going to be hammering that edge line, getting to whatever food group they're hitting at that time, which we're going to get up there and do a lot of road scouting. And of course, I've already done a ton of map scouting, but we're going to get up there and lay eyes on the land and go drive around and get some road scouting done, because that's very important. When you go out of town, or you just go to a new piece, it's great to get boots on the ground, yes, and it's great to get out there and to go find sign and do all that. There's nothing better than that. But do not overlook road scouting, driving to the plot and driving around it in every little piece of road access leading into it, seeing if you can see deer throughout the evening going into their feeding times, and then of the night as well, going around and seeing if there's anything crossing across the road going into the general direction of where you're hunting at. I have killed so many deer just off the basis of road scouting. And but because you get in there, you learn how to manipulate the land because you've put boots on the ground, but then you take the extra step to road scout and do your due diligence on that side of it. I mean, you're just more or less adding another piece to the puzzle to create a success out of the whole hunt. And but I'm jacked about it. I'm so excited. I hope we can get some good footage. And so that will be awesome. This thing is pretty well clean now. I got one little bitty smudge spot here that I'm trying to get, and it's slowly working itself out of that. But I'm going to put a little more bore on there. But, yeah, so it's something totally different than what I'm used to. I'm used to hunting the mountains here and their natural forage here, you know, their natural browse and everything that they like to eat. So to be able to kind of get this whole feel of what it's like to basically hunt a food plot is a lot different for me. I don't ever have that luxury, you know. Growing up, we wasn't very wealthy or anything. I mean, got the hand-me-down stuff, and my first actual good bow came from a pawn shop for $50, and it was a little Martin. I don't remember the name of it. It was a Martin something, but it wasn't no parallelism. I know that. And but that's what I killed my very first deer with. That one up there, a little 7-pointer. And so everything was hand-me-downs growing up. I still have the same camouflage that I wore when I killed my first deer in my closet. It's just a keepsake and everything. I definitely don't wear it. I can't fit in it anymore. But it's pretty cool, you know, to see how life progressed and how life turned into what it did, especially on the basis of deer hunting and, you know, the outdoors world. It's something that I've loved since I first got into it. Even at a young age, 15, 16 years old, I dreamed about all the time. I had so many dreams and passions about wanting to film hunts and be an outdoor creator and stuff. Even at that young age, I used to take a flip phone that I had, and I would make my little videos on a flip phone. Of course, they never went anywhere then because I didn't do anything with them, but I loved it, and it was my passion, and it kept me in the woods, and everything I learned was from that age. But as I got older, my knowledge materialized and everything through trial and error. And but I think that's pretty good right there. So let's get this barrel knocked out here, because I know it's probably grimy from that powder. It's inevitable for it to be. Okay. Check this breech plug out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got a lot of powder particle in there. Yeah. Alrighty. Kind of a fun way to do it because you get more content from the episodes. Plus, you the purpose of getting some of those. That's good. That came off really easy, so I like that. I'm telling you, hops number 9, man, it's the bomb. It's the original for a reason. So, and I love the way it smells at that. My wife comes in and she says, "Oh my gosh, it stinks in here." I'm like, "It's because you're not a full-blooded American." She is, but you know what I mean. Comment below what your favorite podcasts are to watch and everything. I just got done watching Bo Martonic a second ago with Lee Ellis from Seek One. So I enjoy all of them. I enjoy all hunting and fishing channels, majority of all, rather. All right, there's that breech plug is clean now. Let's get this knocked out real quick.
Iowa, and I think you just described it very well. Of not just the landscape, but the hunting culture. Very different between Iowa and where you're at.
Got it down here on this rag, and it went through my rag and got my leg wet.
Not specifically there, but those counties, and it's so different.
Yeah, still needs a lot.
Like-minded neighbors, and there are some neighborhoods, in some parts of the state are more or less under the same sort of speed. You're going to kill because you just need animals.
Alrighty, let's get this up here.
Yeah, it's funny. We were just driving through it, and it was still dark. It was dark at that point, and I was like, that's Indian Hills. I stayed there.
Quality is top notch, and it just really is something that is setting them apart from their competitors.
But what we always try to do when we go to our bow shop often afterwards is to try to shoot other bows, just to make sure that we are really good. The reality is it's a no-brainer. Point stands above all of them every single time. Definitely.
So right now, you could hunt.
A big part of our Iowa trip, whether you do for all those.
Alrighty, that's 3 full pass-throughs. So we'll set this back out over here and bring it back out. I'm telling you, it's so important to get all that grime and powdered gunk out of there, burnt powder that you fire in here. It's so important to get it all out, because I'm just telling you, you do not want to fool with the muzzleloader. That is all disgusting and jacked up, because it's a doozy. Put this little cloth attachment on there. Already got some bore cleaner on there from just a second ago. It's amazing how much comes out of these things. And I clean this gun after every shot. It's still amazing how much comes out of these things. These things were pure white a second ago. Now they're black from all that powder debris.
How much of it? We worked really hard for it, and to do it in the first.
She's really clean now. She's pretty. Who knows if you could see that, but it was worth a shot. So, well, want to run some dry cloths through it. Oops, I had some already out here under my rag. Just to make sure I get the rest of that debris stuff. I try to make them thick at times. I try to run 2 when I am running the bore cleaner through it with it. But when I run them dry like this, I'll use 4 to make that really tight, compacted, like wadding, I guess you could say, to be able to make sure that it's getting a lot of full surface touch in there, and it's just really squeezing its way through there like a big old squeegee. So
they have to go out and find them, whereas the mindset of the 3 of us especially is like, we want to develop and grow, but to your point, it takes 5 years to do that, to get a mature buck.
All right, yeah, she's in there. All right. Oh yeah, she had a lot of crap still. we'll run some bore cleaner through there again. The goal is to pull out the cloths, and they're all clean. So you can see there the nastiness that come out of there. But I'll take them. That way I don't burn through a bunch of them. I'll push it in there. And this time, before I put these in there, I'm going to run that bore cleaner gun scrubber in there again. Yeah, there was quite a bit that just shot out of that right there. Hit it a little more. All right, we'll lay this back down here and give her a few more passes and see how she turns out from there. Oh yeah, she's pretty clean now. Oh yeah, she's shining now, boys and girls. So I've got so much in this room. I got to pack up all this camera gear, all my hunting clothes, all my pack. I got my stand pack and everything I have to get ready. So I've got a lot to do. If you guys have been watching the other videos, me and Peter went out to the spot to where me and my wife went out last week and put out that trail camera out on our private piece out in the country there. And me and Peter pulled the card yesterday and was able to pull a really nice 8-pointer. He would have been a 9-pointer, but this morning he come in on camera again around the same time, about 15 after 10 to 10:30. Stayed until almost 11. But he's a solid little 8-pointer. But had he not broken his brow tine, he had a little kicker coming off his. I think it's his G3. I think it's his G3 point. And he had a little kicker coming off. Maybe even been his G2. I can't remember. But that really would have made him a solid 9 because his brow broke. But the broken brow makes him an 8. So, but nonetheless, he's still a solid deer. I'm going to say he's pushing the 130 range, a little over maybe. And that's green, of course. So, but for the most part, for my wife's first deer, as soon as she seen him, she's like, oh, I want him. Because as you guys know, the big 11, he got taken. And by a friend I grew up with who hunts on a nearby property. And he got him on this past Saturday with his bow, which is awesome. Very happy for the guy because, I mean, 162-inch buck where we live, that's a solid deer. You don't come past many of them, and especially in the area where he got him. So super happy for him, but ready to get my wife's hunt in the books because she's been hunting hard, and she deserves a good deer. She's been patient. She didn't want to just shoot anything, and which I love. She's a very patient hunter, and I love that about her. She don't get worked up and want to jump the gun on anything. She wants to shoot what's right. She's a big animal lover, so she wants to make sure what she gets makes her heart flutter. Alrighty, so this thing is all cleaned up, and so we'll start assembling it right here. Put the breech plug back in. Put this back. That's on. Well, my glove popped.
Well, I mean, I think especially if we all follow along this year, like you and Jordan.
I'm gonna have to wipe this thing down, especially with all this oil and everything on my gloves.
whatever you want to call it, the relationship building and just hanging out with our family, really cool stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, even if it's like, boy, yeah, it'd be great to have a 180 to be chasing around here. The fact is that you guys went through all the management in the spring and summer, and you see where it's going.
All right, that is the cleaning of my muzzleloader. It is ready to rock and roll, and put another buck on the ground if need be. And we're definitely going to be putting some meat on the ground. We got 5 doe tags and 1 buck tag, and so we are definitely going to be putting them to the work up there as long as they come in. So I think we have a good opportunity, like I was saying. I think we have a strong chance at getting something. And I've talked with the landowners, kind of got some information and everything about the herd population and like what it kind of looks like, what they're doing, what they see, what they've seen, what they've experienced over the years. And so I feel like we got a pretty good solid jump on them, and hopefully we can get up there and the stars can align and the good Lord will bless us with a great hunt and a successful and a safe hunt at that. Look, Peter. Just got him on the tail.